Hey, kindergarten, it's Mrs. Lampus here. Um, I have a funny book for you today. I read it today for the first time, and it just gave me a really good laugh. And I thought that you would like it too. I can imagine us all just reading it in our morning circle and just laughing a lot. So let's read it and see what you think. It's called Scaredy Squirrel Makes a Friend by Melanie Watt. Scaredy Squirrel looks really happy right there. Scaredy Squirrel doesn't have a friend. He'd rather be alone than risk encountering someone dangerous. A squirrel could get bitten. A few individuals Scaredy Squirrel is afraid to be bitten by: walruses, bunnies, beavers, piranhas, and Godzilla. Look at all those people. I don't even know when a squirrel would come in contact with a piranha or a walrus or, my goodness, Godzilla. That is silly. So, Scaredy Squirrel finds interesting ways to pass the time all by himself. He reads, he whistles, he crafts, he yawns, he knits, he chats, he counts, until one day he spots someone perfectly safe. And there's an arrow pointing down to a goldfish. So I'll show you that real quick. Oh, sorry. Over here. Someone perfectly safe, he says. But then over here, he tells you why. It's the perfect friend, he says. He has a bubbly personality. Fish are quiet. They have no teeth. They're squeaky clean and germ free. Doesn't do much, but is 100% safe. That's pretty funny. A few items Scaredy Squirrel needs to make the perfect friend. Listen to this list because it's so nuts: lemon, name tag, mittens, comb, mirror, air freshener, toothbrush, and a chew toy. How to make the perfect first impression. Prepare freshly squeezed lemonade. Okay, that's what he needed the lemon for. Make sure that you have a name tag that's visible. Tame your bad hair, so you need a comb for that. Brush teeth thoroughly and practice your smile. Check for nutty breath and food caught in between your teeth. Wear mittens to hide sweaty paws. That's funny. Use pine scent to smell delightful. So those are all of the things over here that he needed. And then here's how I guess he's going to use them all. I just told you. And then on the very bottom where that arrow is, it says, follow the perfect plan. I think this squirrel is a little bit nuts. Here's his perfect plan. Step 1, toss down chew toy to distract biters. Step 2, use mirror to check hair and teeth. Step 3, run to the fountain. Step 4, point to name tag and smile. Step 5, offer lemonade. Step 6, make the perfect friend. So those are his steps in order, and then he's got like this like little map drawn up right here, and I'll tell you what it says. Don't talk to suspicious bunnies. Stay away from piranha-infested ponds. Beware of walruses. They're fast on their flippers. Avoid beavers. They could snap at any moment. Watch out for Godzilla for obvious reasons, he says. And then it points to the goldfish here. Oh my goodness. Then it says, but let's say, just for example, that Scaredy Squirrel did come face to face with a potential biter. He knows exactly what not to do. Let's see. It says, do not show fear. Do not show your fingers. Do not make eye contact. Do not make any loud noises. And if all else fails, play dead. Oh my goodness. And hand over the test. Scaredy's risk test. So he's going to give this test, I guess, to anyone he encounters. And it says, number 1, who are you? Here, I'll show it to you. Over here. Number 1, who are you? And there's those pictures there. Number 2, how many teeth do you have? 2, 10, 32, 100, 1,000, or more than that. Number 3, what's your hobby? Biting or anything else? And number 4, what do you see? A friend? Or do you see something to bite in that picture of the squirrel? He is really funny. So with every detail under control, Scaredy Squirrel puts the plan into action. First, he tosses down the chew toy. Then he heads down the tree. Everything is perfect until he hears a strange sound coming from behind. So here is his plan that's going into action. And then he hears something right here. Squeak! And he realizes, let's see here. It's a dog! And he says, this was not part of the plan. He's having a meltdown. The dog chases Scaredy around the bush, around the fountain, and around in circles until Scaredy Squirrel chasing him every which way until Scaredy Squirrel plays dead. 30 minutes later, he's right there. Then it says 1 hour later, and then 2 hours later. And then it says, after all this time, Scaredy Squirrel realizes that the dog doesn't want to bite him. Look, the dog is like licking him over here. The dog's not going to bite him. What's he want to do? He just wants a friend. Scaredy Squirrel points to his name tag and smiles. He's like, hey, look at me. Then he starts chasing his new buddy. They play fetch, they play hide and seek, and they play dead. Scaredy Squirrel forgets all about the goldfish, not to mention the walruses, the bunnies, the beavers, piranhas, and Godzilla. Time flies when you're having fun. All this excitement inspires Scaredy Squirrel to make a few minor changes to his idea of a friend. So now he has over here, my almost perfect friend. A wet doggy smell, muddy paws, a loud bark, drool, tooth, and germs. 83% safe, but lots of fun. P.S. As for the wet doggy smell, it's been taken care of. Look what he did. He hung his like little air freshener on the doggy's collar. So now he doesn't even smell like wet doggy anymore. I think this book kind of teaches us an important lesson, even though it's really, really, really silly. And that's really the point of the book. It's so funny. I just think it teaches us one important lesson is that your idea of a friend could be different from anyone else's idea of a friend. You might like someone for one reason, and you might like another friend for another reason, and they might like you for one reason, and somebody else might like you for a whole different reason. There's lots of reasons to be friends with everyone. I don't think that you need to be friends with all of the class or all of a group of people just for one reason. I think you should be friends with everyone for all different reasons. So I think you should keep that in mind, boys and girls, whenever you are picking who you want to talk to and who you want to befriend and really hang out with. Keep that in mind, because that's what makes us different and unique. We like everyone for different kinds of reasons. So keep that in mind, please. Also, keep in mind that I'm still missing you, and I'd love to hear from you and talk to you as much as I can. So I will see you on Zoom, and I'll see you in other kinds of ways too. But for now, I'm going to say bye.